Welcome to INkWA Tattoos and welcome to another episode of INkWA Talks. Joining me today, all the way from Oxford, we have Sam and Charles, who is a resident artist and owner of Ursa Major Tattoos. How have you been, bro?
Oh man, this lockdown is, I think the government are trying to kill us. Oh, don't get political straight away. Fucking hell.
So, how you been coping during like that? Have you been doing anything creative?
Honestly, I just been playing video games, man.
I know you're a massive gamer, so that doesn't surprise me. Anything new?
No, I've just been playing Pokemon.
That's a classic, though.
Well, yeah, the new Pokemon.
See, I haven't touched a video game probably since last time I touched a video game properly was when I came down and I played Zelda on your Switch. I think it was on your Switch when the Switch first came out.
Shit.
Yeah,
that's a while ago.
A long time, man. So, how did you find your way into the game, and how has gaming influenced your artwork?
I'm not really sure where it comes from, but like I think when I was a kid, like I fucking hated school. I hated the environment. I hated having to go in every day. It seemed like nonsense. And I remember I must have been. It was like, what, year 3? So I was like 7. And I walked up to my teacher and I was like, Miss, what's gravity? And she went, okay, so it's the thing that sticks us to the earth. I was like, yeah. What the fuck is that? What is that? What are you saying to me? And she goes, okay, so you know how the earth is spinning really fast? I was like, yeah. She's like, well, when you get a bucket of water, and I went, no, I think this is wrong. She goes, and you spin the bucket really fast and the water stays in the bottom. And 7-year-old me was like, that would fuck us off into space. What are you talking about? That's the opposite. And at that point I went, I don't think this is for me, actually. I think you've got this wrong. So like going in, and I always had to find something to entertain myself, and coming home in the evenings, like sitting down on the SNES, playing on the N64, like that's all I wanted to do to try and balance out this of school. And with that came like reading the books. This is way before things like Netflix. We only had 4 channels on the TV, so it couldn't just sit down and watch a movie. And video games was like the constant. I could sit down and I could play these Mario games, I could play Nintendo games. And that was kind of like my basis for unreality. Anything that was not real was based in video games. So when I came to drawing something, I didn't want to draw some trees, the building across the road, bollocks to all of that, because that's just in front of me. I could draw things from these video games. I had Pokemon, I had Super Mario, I had all these entire worlds made up by people that I could take inspiration from. And, I was, like 6 years old when Pokemon started appearing in the UK. And I was like the prime age for that shit. And it sparked my imagination. And from there, I started making my own Pokemon, creating my own creatures. And I think that kind of having this world made by other people and then wanting to create myself, these two things running parallel to each other kind of pushed me to go, right, this is the shit that I should be drawing.
Yeah. So obviously we know that a lot of stuff from video games, it involves the imagination. It's generally something that's come out of your dome and you develop it on the paper. How did you fuse that? Because you do a lot of crossovers with realism and color realism in terms of with your style. How did you come across that? I think
it's as simple as packing in block color into a tattoo fucking sucks. So I just didn't want to do that. The easiest way to not do that was just add a shit ton of texture.
Yeah.
Just avoiding things I don't like.
I suppose that's how I've got to where I am. I'm not a fan of doing realism because, like you said, it's in front of you and there's so many rules that hold it together. For me, it's just like I need that flexibility to be able to transition something if I want to transition it, or put something in an odd place. And that's where abstract work. I think that's what works for you, is that you could do something abstract and push something realistic in there, and it just works.
So like for me, it's taking that element of realism means that for the viewer it becomes understandable. Like you know what you're on, you understand what you're looking at. You look at this thing and you go, oh, that's a person, that's whatever. And then it's taking these elements of the video games and like those harsh neons that I put into everything, and it kind of creates this almost impossible reality. Which I suppose is the same thing you're going for. It's that kind of, you're being able to manipulate the imagery to tell the story that you wanted to tell.
Precisely. And when you've got creative freedom as well, it makes it so much easier. But I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to try this new segment of the show. So we're gonna do this. It's a spin the wheel. So we're going to spin the wheel on these questions, and we're going to see what comes up, because I've been putting them out online, and I've had a few questions come back. So I'm going to do the first spin now, and we'll see what we come back with. Yeah, let's all go. Okay, this is a good. I was hoping this one would come up for you. I was hoping this one would come up. Okay, this one is from Mama Ladybird from Instagram, and she is asking, cover up or laser for old tattoos? And I know that you are like a cover up specialist, so.
Yeah, man. Oh, the answer is I have to see the tattoo.
You do.
I have to see it to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
We are investing in a laser. It's going to cost us like 75 grand.
What?
Yeah, man. Because you get, these ones you see for like 3 grand.
Yeah.
You need to hit the tattoo 20, 30 times for it to start making a dent. The woman who handles all my laser, she told me what she's been using. 3-4 session, that tattoo is completely gone. It's absolute magic. But it depends on what kind of thing you're after. If you're looking to completely get rid of it and start fresh, laser it by all means. But if you're interested in getting something with high pigment density, a lot of detail, then generally speaking, a couple of passes with a tattoo, and you should be all right.
Yeah, you do a lot of cover-ups though, don't you? I've seen you do a few cover-ups.
Yeah, it's about 2 a week, 2 cover-ups a week I do, and we're talking like full scale 8-hour sessions to get rid of these fucking things.
So how do you approach it? Because sometimes I find with cover-ups, it's not so much the shading that's the problem, it's the old lines.
The old lines, yeah. So what you want to do when you're looking at getting a cover-up, you want to make sure firstly that there's no skin showing through the design at all. Any areas where there's negative space are going to fuck you up. So you want to go wall-to-wall color. Anything that's in that tattoo has to be saturated heavily. You've also got to, from the technical side of it, you've got to pull the skin almost to the brink of overworking it. You're pushing it to its absolute limit. This is going to dilute any pigment that's underneath. But the main thing, and this is the key, this is why often people think, I'm going to just put a load of black over that, it's going to cover it up. What you want to do is have real high contrast. So you've got real harsh blacks next to real harsh whites. This gives your eye like a jumping off point where it goes, right, this is the baseline and this is the highest tone. And it reads the full spectrum. And then with that, you add way more detail than is necessary. This is why the realism works so well.
Okay.
You want to be looking at things like skulls because of all the dents and divots in the texture, anything with a high texture. All the Mendy patterns, all that sort of thing, it's going to completely ruin your life. The old tattoo is going to show through and it's going to feel like a waste.
That's covered that. What is coming round? Okay.
I like that. Ta-da!
I know, it's quite cool, isn't it? I only found the app this morning. I was gonna pull them out of a hat. I woke up and I said, Wheel of Fortune.
Old school.
Wheel of Fortune, man. This is from With Love DC. Again, from Instagram. I think all of them are from Instagram. What 3 parts of the body do you dislike tattooing the most? Oh,
Just the torso, anything on the torso, fuck all of that.
yeah.
Oh God, ribs,
Chest, everything.
thrashing, all of it. The neck, too much movement. The chest, people start wriggling. The ribs, there's so much skin there, and just people start thrashing. Nah,
The ribs is a
torso,
no-go.
fuck that.
The ribs is definitely a no-go. The ribs is ribs for me are like, there's no description, man. It's, when someone says I want to do this and this, I'm inside, I'm crying. Inside, I'm crying. I think inside every tattoo artist is crying when they hear ribs.
Yeah, absolutely. No one wants to do it. One of my guys here was like, can I put no rib pieces on my Instagram? No. You've only been tattooing for a year. Fuck you. You do the shit.
Exactly. You do everything that I don't want to do.
Yeah,
that's the rules. I think the for me, so ribs, neck is another one. I agree with you on the neck. The neck is. I try everything I can to avoid the neck. Everything.
It's just, again, too much movement. There's so much skin. You can't ever stretch it properly. It's
and how do you position the person? Not do you know, because it's got to be a small piece. Not a small piece, but it's got to be a piece that you can bang out in that go, because you don't want to become. Yeah. Neck pain is not something you want, man. You got to turn your head every day.
Man.
But, I mean, on the flip side of that question, though, what is your favourite part to tattoo?
Forearms.
Every tattoo artist.
Man, if you say to me I want it on my forearm, we're going to be best friends.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
Forever and ever. We're going to be best friends forever and ever and ever. I think for me, forearm, upper arm is a pain in the ass. Upper arm is very tricky because it makes you look at it and you think, oh, it's not going to take that long. And a forearm might take you 3 hours, but an upper arm will take you 5, 6. And you think, but it's pretty much the same. Upper arm is one.
It's twice the size, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tricky though. It's got a big illusion on the eye. And I'd say the thigh. The thigh is another one.
Thigh, I find that particularly difficult to get to because you've got all this leg in front of you, and then you go onto the inside of the thigh, and you can't do it in that thing.
All right. Well, we've pretty much come to the end of the time now. So, do you want to tell everyone what you're up to, what you got coming on? I know you're doing courses and stuff soon, aren't you?
Yeah. So, I'm in the process of building an education platform to help apprentices all the way through to, working artists, just to answer those questions that we all have. And I get asked regularly the same questions over and over and over again. So I might as well film it and put it up on the internet for people to watch.
It's the way forward.
Makes sense, right?
It's definitely the way forward.
I think there's a lot of misinformation in our industry as well. And I think that it's our responsibility as tattooists to actually try and break that down a little bit and help people understand why we make the decisions that we make for our designs and for the color usage, whatever it is, and make it more accessible for people, whether they're new to the industry, whether they're clients or, experienced artists.
Yeah, I think a lot of knowledge, obviously, guys like me and you, we just went out and done our own thing. So we learned a lot of the knowledge ourselves, but a lot of heads in the game don't want to share anything. It's almost like they act like they want the knowledge to die with them. So yeah, good on you. Kudos for doing that, man. Yeah, we got your chest for doing that. That's very good. Thank you for joining us. Joining us. And everyone who is watching, if you could subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, do all the stuff you do on social media. Just make sure you help us get out there. And once again, thanks for joining us, Sama. And go check out Sama's work.
Absolute pleasure.
His studio is beautiful, man.
Thank you.
It's another home away from home. I've got a few homes away from home, and this studio in Oxford is definitely one of them. So I haven't been there for a while, but I need to come back and check you guys. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So again, give thanks, and we will be seeing each other soon.